Captain Karve, let me come to you first. Because there are many questions as we speak that are being asked in South Korea. I just want to describe to our viewers what is happening in South Korea outside the airport. There are hundreds of relatives, friends, waiting for news of their loved ones. We know that 179 people are dead, but they have to be identified. How do you even identify these people, given the fact that the aircraft on our screens has broken up into so many parts that only the tail was actually visible? So it's very difficult to tell. That exercise will go on for a time. But Sanjay Lazar, one of the many questions that is being asked by people who are standing outside the airport is, could this aircraft have avoided the crash? Could the pilot have avoided this crash? For example, many people are wondering, why he chose, if things were not working, and if he knows that landing gear is not operational, why didn't he try and land in the mushy land next door, which is right, beyond the wall of this aircraft? Why did he have to land on a concrete airstrip? Many questions. Could it have been avoided?
Good evening, Shreya. Thank you for having me. And first of all, my condolences to those who have lost their lives and their families. Very tragic incident. Towards the end of the year, we've seen a couple of incidents, 2-3 incidents, one after the other. As you rightly said, only 2 crew sitting at the rear survived at the tail, and 179 passengers have died. There was a bird strike warning given by the ATC to the pilot. They tried to land on runway 01, which is the normal approach, where the wall would have been behind them. The bird strike mayday was declared as they were trying to land. And, if you notice, even their landing gear had not been extended. They did a go around. And then they tried to land on runway 19, which is the other side. It's not used normally, and that at the other end of that was the wall. Now, I don't want to speculate. There will be an investigation, as you've correctly pointed out. The Korean government has asked all 737-800s to be investigated in that country, all air traffic. So they're looking into it deeply. But the landing gear malfunction on descent, there were no details as to why manual override was not used, because there are multiple redundancy systems on board the boat. They did not deploy flaps or slats to even slow down their descent, indicated that there could have been a major hydraulic failure on board. So, and one very important point, this particular aircraft has done 13 flights in the 48 hours prior to this. After this incident, Jeju Air has received almost 68 to 70,000 cancellations. So it's massively impacted aviation in that part of the world.
If I was flying out of South Korea right now, I would have cancelled my ticket as well. I'd be scared, because here's the thing, if you could just help me understand this. I'm not a pilot, right? Most of my viewers are not. But Sanjay Lazar, here's the thing. When landing gear is deployed, it drops from underneath, right? How does a bird hit impact landing gear? I didn't understand that.
No, like I said, from the overall picture, it appears that there was a major hydraulic failure. So perhaps the bird hit had something to do with it, or there were 2 things that occurred at the simultaneous, point in time. You had a bird hit, plus you had a major hydraulic failure, because flaps and slats, they were not deployed. They would have slowed down the descent in normal course in any case, leaving the landing gear. Landing gear also has a manual override, which was not used. So there's a lot to be explained. Maybe the black box will determine. I'm sure the pilots tried. Yes, they landed, deep into the runway. They could have landed earlier, but, they were in a critical stage. They were obviously, there was something really seriously wrong over there. And, even the fact that the crew member who's been recovered alive is completely unsighted and doesn't even realize what had happened is an indication of that.